Hey everyone, quite exciting times, I believe, in crypto, in Ordinals, in runes, everywhere pretty much. I'm planning to go all in. I've had a few position changes, but I haven't really yet utilized all the cash that I have available. I've just scaled into some positions that we're going to discuss. But let's start with Bitcoin. Today we had the day start in green. It was like a percent up on the day, but you can see that now we're fully retracing. This is kind of an interesting level around 62k. That is like the first, I would say, line of support we could have on a retracement. But honestly, I expect it to go a little bit lower. I also kind of hope it goes a little bit lower. We could just chop around here, but I'm basically preparing for two scenarios. Let's just go on the weekly. Actually, let's jump quickly on the monthly. We can see this very easy on the monthly. So on the monthly, we've been holding this level. We closed it green, but again, it's just in the middle of nowhere right now. However, on the weekly, you can see that we pretty much made the first higher high in quite a bit of time, and now we're pretty much retracing for a potential higher low. And if we get a higher low, this will be, like the go signal to go all in and potentially, go for an all-time high or maybe even higher. So these are the two scenarios I'm preparing for. So if we get a dip somewhere in this area, I've started, as I mentioned, scaling in, but if we get a bigger dip somewhere in here, and on the daily you can see it even clearer. So I would say even higher. I wouldn't want it to go below 60k because that's my line in the sand. But somewhere around this area, if we go back to retest the 100-day moving average and the 61 area, I'll be more than happy to start going all in because I think the risk to reward makes perfect sense. So let's say, even if you don't choose Bitcoin, but let's say you enter here and we have something like this. I would say even here, have a little bit of a loose stop loss because we could get some kind of wick to the downside and target at least all-time highs. That's about 3-1 risk to reward. And the potential here obviously is to get above 70 and go to 80 and so on. So I think this makes sense. This is, I would say, from risk to reward standpoint, just purely the numbers make sense, but also this is the closest to invalidation that you could be after we've had a sign of strength. So I would say these will be the greatest entries here. I don't think we're gonna get it everywhere on every token or whatever. We might get lucky and we get them, but I'm just hoping we do because I've already had some buy orders set on some tokens. But if we do, this will be kind of the best opportunity. Obviously, if it starts breaking down and we get fake out and we chop around and this continues for months or years and Bitcoin bull cycle is over, fine, whatever. I lose 10% on my cash. I don't give a shit, honestly. But the potential to make huge returns, it's just there. So I cannot just ignore it after this initial sign of strength. And we're hovering around the moving average also, which is again a great sign. The more bullish scenario, because this is also a bullish scenario. The bearish, I already mentioned it. Like if we start breaking down 60, okay, lights out, close the positions, go on holiday, whatever. But the more bullish case is that we get a shallow pullback or we chop around here. So something like this, something like this, and then we go for another leg, or even more, because Bitcoin has been known to do this. We just reclaim and just start going up aggressively from here. If any of those plays out, I wanted to have some exposure. So that's why I started scaling in some positions. I started buying some runes. I want to be prepared for this. And obviously, you can always have a second entry on a breakout. We'll look into some specific cases here, but just wanted to visualize it here. So I'm prepared also for this scenario. And I think it's very important, just a side note here, whatever you see on the chart, and you're like, oh, it's going up or down, that's not enough. You need to have the plan. If this happens, I will do exactly this and I will deploy this much capital for these positions that I'm monitoring, and I set alerts and so on, so on. All of these steps that will actually make you follow your plan and also make you execute better, like either whenever you see a red going into this and you panic, or when you see green and you FOMO. You have a plan. You can go refer to it and operate based on it. So just because of this, I'm just sharing this. I'm trying to educate, not just tell you like what I'm buying and whatnot. I think it's very important. So yeah, this Bitcoin. Ethereum still looking weaker to me. You can see like we haven't really shifted structure here. This is, in my opinion, a lower high here. So Ethereum still lagging quite a bit, and honestly not much to say about it until it kind of shifts into a more bullish structure. And then I've been watching several charts because pretty much I have very, very low exposure right now to alts, but let's just go over a few of that I already started scaling in. One is Jupiter. Again, shift in the structure here on the weekly, and I'm looking for a retrace here, which lines up on several areas. So if we take this is like 618 retracement here. On the daily we have, I just clean this up. On the daily we also have this level around here. These lows here potentially that could play a role as support, and this is like 80 cents, which previously price has reacted, as I mentioned, even in the past. Like in here we've had plenty of reactions. If it fully retraces here, again, that would be a blessing, but I'm ready to risk it here, and that will be another 16% down if we get there as invalidation in the case of Jupiter. But if ecosystem Solana plays out, actually there are a few memes also on Solana that are also very interesting that I'm going to share in a bit, but this will be my Solana ecosystem play, the major one. It's one of the products I love, I use every day, and the price action has been strong. Like you can see, it hasn't made lows. Another one I added today was Zero. Let me just put it here. So Layer Zero, again, very cool market looking. It's the structure is pristine here. No backholders. We pushed through the FUD. Now we're just consolidating. We're chopping. This could continue for more time, But as long as we're keeping good structure and we're testing the highs, that's perfect. I want to be buying retracements. And that's what I did. My first order hit here around this support level. But even if it goes lower, I have more to add. Like this is a starter position for me. So if it goes somewhere in this area, this I would use as invalidation, pretty much around $4. Emotional level, clear high, actually low here that could be taken out. And then if it takes it out and goes lower, then it's an invalidated trade. But you can see also the cleaner structure here on the weekly. Again, broke out this level, and now we're coming back to retest it. So let's see what happens. But there are a lot of tokens that look like this. Just a few of them that I'm looking. Pendo, missed this a few times, but I'm looking for retracement here. Again, might not take it, might not get there, but we'll see. Again, good token because it's got relative strength versus Bitcoin. So ZK, similar exact setup. I still have some of my airdrop that I'm just using to farm. SyncSwap was their DEX exchange. I'm looking into Prime, also very bullish on the weekly. You can also see it just broke out here. You can call this inverse head and shoulders. If we come back somewhere lower, because we've had already 4 weeks in a row of green, any retracements are a buy for me. Good exchange diversification. One of the blue chips in AI and gaming. So this one, Tao, I missed an entry. I hope it gets lower. It's a higher market cap, but it's just like the obvious AI play. This could be like the Solana of this cycle for AI tokens, although it has flown quite a bit. But again, the market, just zooming out, just looks, let me just remove the drawings, just looks strong. On the weekly, didn't even make new lows here. And a very good token, I believe, to own. When it comes to real world assets, I'm looking to get back into Ondo. Maple is one that is showing strength and some consolidation here. Again, good exchange diversification and stuff. What else? Beam on the gaming side. I've been watching also this, but it's been a little bit difficult to trade. Very choppy, but it seems like if this resistance levels hold and we get retracement somewhere into here, I have my order set. And yeah, a lot of other tokens like Berry is a low cap. I didn't alert this. I have a very small position from down here, but it seems to be keeping structure. I'm actually using their product, Strawberry AI. Go just research it. I think it's quite a cool product. It's about 20 million market cap right now, 2025, somewhere in that region. So very cheap. I'm also looking to Palm. These are like the lower cap tokens that I could be buying for potential 100x. Very nice. Just clean this up. Very messy. Very nice structure, keeping the levels within the range. So a breakout. Actually, even here, it's not a terrible place to start scaling in. But as Bitcoin is correcting, I'll be a little bit more patient to see if we're going to see some strength here. But you can see pristine chart again made pretty much a higher low here because this was the accumulation. Now this one is the accumulation. So if it breaks at 50 mil, they have a good product developing it. Pretty interesting product. Carrot is the lower cap on the gaming side. Again, waiting for retracements. Let's see if we get it. There are a few other AI tokens that I'm looking into. Anyone, Neural. There's one really low cap like Titan. It's called Titan. I got an entry here. Now it's looking good. Just keeping the price structure, but all of these shitcoins, I made a shit ton of money on shitcoins the last time we had a run. And I mean specifically on AI shitcoins. So if this repeats, you'll have crazy multiples here, and especially tokens like this, very, very low cap. Of course, the potential of them rugging is significant, so just keep this in mind. So yeah, a lot of price action, a lot of things to look at, a lot of tokens. I think you just need to have your eyes peeled to the monitors because it's the crucial time of the year where I believe we'll have a lot of telling signs. I have Okta also on my list. This is at 50 mil again. Very interesting project. I need to do a bit more work on it, but structure-wise, again, showing strength on the weekly. Maybe if it keeps this level, about 1.6, could be a good entry. Quill, another one. It's not exactly AI, but close. Showed strength now, retracing, still in the range, so very pristine chart. A lot of tokens. The ones I wanted to mention on the meme side on Solana are something like Mumu, Michi, Popcat, Mew, Moke or Emoji, whatever. If you look at these on the weekly, again, very clean structure. They showed quite a bit of strength in the past run that we had in the last few weeks. And I think these could catch legs significant. I mean, Popcat is very trappy. I haven't but if it retraces, if it follows the trend of this chart and just retraces somewhere in here, I think this could be a good buy. Although it's very high market cap. So in these few, I probably prefer Mumu a bit. And maybe Moke. I don't remember the market cap, but I think it was also quite high. So yeah, there are plenty of places to risk your money with good risk to reward. So just keep an eye on everything right now, or just find your market and stay focused on it. I mentioned also Fractal. Come on, I cannot write. Fractal Unisat. Okay. On Fractal, I mentioned the collection that I'm buying. This is the Homos, the way I call them. They're above my entry right now. They have decent volume. Just since I've tracking it, it's like at least a couple of 1,000 FB, and you can see the chart, very new, unique collection when it comes to art. It's not a knockoff from the others like Pepe Puppet or whatever, Fractal Monkeys, Fractal Punks. These are just copy pasta. This one is unique, although if you ask me, they're fucking ugly. But people like it, I guess. So as long as they pump, I don't have a problem. Fractal is dumping, the token is dumping itself, so it needs to just stop dumping for this to actually make you money, because otherwise you might gain fractals, but if they're dumping it, it's not a great thing. I also bought a Puppet somewhere around 0.12. Come on, not here. Come on. Yeah, so I bought a Puppet. They're doing all right. Like, maybe we just look at the charts here. Whatever. So let's look at the charts, puppets. You can see here on, this is the 12-hour chart, but even on daily, it just looks, the same. You got pretty much an accumulation, and now we're retesting. We broke out, we're retesting it. Any entry close to 0.1, I think, is a good entry. I do have some offers around this level. I don't think it's high probability we get there. Maybe if Bitcoin dumps a little bit more, but I think it makes it easy to trade. And again, this is one that could do well, top of the volume, and so on. We've discussed this already. I'm just executing on the plans that I've been moaning about for months already. Frogs, I have exposure, but I bought one somewhere around here, pretty much at the wick, which is great if this holds. Again, perfect type of entry and chart. And on the weekly, these are the zones you want to be looking at. So where the down move started, the last down move, we're currently retesting it on most collections. And if this breaks, I think we have a higher probability of this continuing, because even on the weekly, you can see clearly the shift in the trend. Like pretty much from the top, no higher highs. Like on the weekly, we had equal highs here pretty much on this fake out. And then I bought a frog here, by the way, at 0.2. Wicked out. I didn't sell it, so I'm still back holding it. So I'm kind of bringing my cost average down. And then another sell-off. And then now we're starting to see the shift in the structure potentially. If this holds, this will be a higher low for me. And then if we break 0.05, great signs. This is the one that I'm looking, because there's so many collections. A lot of them don't have volume. Like if you go to Magic Eden and just filter by volume on the last 30 days, I'm trying to focus on the top 10, 15 max. And I have most of what I want. Maybe Taproot Witches, I'm considering it because they keep having good volume even after they launch. They are constantly in like the top 5. But yeah, these are pretty much the ones you want to be trading. Plus any new collection that might help and create a lot of hype, like Insurgents by Debauchery. I hope they launch this month. So there will be a lot of interest, I believe, in this collection as well. And when it comes to runes, I'm also gonna stick to the top dogs. I have a shit ton of runes on the lower cap and volume, but really you need Dog to the Moon probably to capture the meat of the move. It's expensive, but still, if this is the order of the runes, even if you just have strict risk management here below 5.5 sats, to the all-time high, it's 2.5x. So pretty decent. If you're not Moon Boy asking and hoping for 10x on everything. $1 Billion Cat, I don't have any. It's been very strong. I just hope this corrects or just consolidates, because I don't like entering on these kind of charts. But the volume is there. Like $1 Billion Cat has turned into a blue chip in the space. Like everybody's talking about it. Everybody wants to have some more of it, including myself. 46 million currently market cap, a bit expensive. Base Internet Panda had a run, so you can see something like this on the lower cap coins with good chart. Might happen to others as well. Didn't buy it, but it's interesting if it's got a retracement. And then something like RSIC. I have an RSIC, so I have some RSIC. I'm not sure if I'm gonna buy it honestly, but again, strong chart, higher low here, and potential of strength. But again, you don't need to diversify, because then you need to manage all of these positions. And it's, trust me, not very easy. I bought some Waddle. Almost forgot about this. My cost base is still underwater massively. Like I'm 50% down still. But it's a bit up on the day since my buys. So yeah, this looks strong. Like even on a secondary breakout here on this like 6-7 sats level, and have like 50% stop loss, which on a shitty asset like this, it's totally normal. But I honestly hope CBS pulls out something and this turns into like one of the memes together with $1 Billion Cat. This is like the cutest meme, together with the cat. So let's see if this has legs. It's starting to look good. starting to have some volume. Nothing crazy for now, but like even on the 7-day, it's in the top 15 or so. All time, the Wado is somewhere in the top again. Wanko, yeah, this one is still looking bad. Yeah, Wado is here. So it will be good if we see a bit more volume and obviously a bit more up. I like going up when I buy something. So yeah, this I think with few of those like Doc, Billion Dollar Cat, RSIC, Pups maybe, and then one of the lower market caps like Waddle, maybe Wanko potentially, internet-based Panda or something like this, because this has run a bit. I think you'll capture the majority of the move in runes, because I do believe they will have a run, but I don't believe that all of the runes will be pumping. Probably we'll have some rotation, so one will pump, then another one will pump, and so on. But we'll see, because it doesn't need much to move the market. That's also a thing, which in a way is a good thing. So yeah, these are my plans and everything that I have right now. And yeah, you know how to find me.